basically, we have a very interconnected world. We're independent, obviously. We have, with social media, the rise of the explosion of social media, we have borderless countries, right? People can see what's happening in different countries of the world, i.e. the Arab Spring. They see people being more vocal. And what's really come about is what we call the citizen consumer. They're more vocal, they're hungry, they're concerned. They're seeing things that are happening, social issues, economic issues, political issues, that are happening outside their communities and their world, and they're concerned. So whether it's migrant farmers in Africa that are not getting their having sustainable living, or it's developing countries having a lack of education and nutrition for kids. So actually, there's a lot of this kind of groundswell. And also, if you take kind of that step down, the subgroup of millennials obviously is really kind of a very core part of the citizen consumer. And they are basically, they're very vocal, and they really are the generation to make change. And we know that because there's lots of studies out there about millennials and how basically they want to align themselves, or the company they work for, they want to make sure that company is aligned with their values. Because they feel like that's a top priority, to work for a company that they feel they can relate to. So, anyways, and so what I want to introduce here is that purpose is the brand's core. And Steve Hoffler and Kevin Lane Keller, just throwing some academics here, basically building brand equity through corporate style marketing. They talk about building brand awareness. They talk about evoking brand feelings. They talk about how cause, marketing, and purpose basically enhance a brand image, we'll get to. And a big part of it is basically creating a sense of community, and purpose does that. And so really, I would submit that purpose is the fifth P. It really has a tremendous power. It's a kind of an Uber, has an Uber on a higher order. It has a higher order value and benefit, and basically it's embedded into a company's DNA. Everything they do, from culture to organization to the way they work, that's how purpose can really be kind of seen. And really, purpose humanizes also a brand, right? I think we talked about that previously today. It's all really about how people connect. So whether it's a meaningful, connection, a high quality connection, whatever it is, that's kind of what people are looking for. So also, it's about, we know from our brand share data at Edelman that 80% of consumers believe brands must have a clear reason or purpose. And really, people want to know now that who they're doing business with is going to be ethical and have integrity and be responsible. And that's important. And because that really relates to the brand promise and delivery of that brand promise. And also, we know that people want to know how products are sourced and used. That kind of comes down in that same framework. Because really, this is really important because it becomes a driver of brand choice. And this really helps differentiate brands.